They watching my moves, I got them starstruck. Out here breaking the rules, I got them starstruck. I got nothing to lose, so I'm letting it loose. Out here paying my dues, I got them starstruck.
Welcome to your News Now Sports and Football Friday night. With me as usual is Tony Quach and Dylan Tyson. I'm Adam Solomon, and tonight we finally got our first look at our only state champion.
Marion Local, the defending Division 7 state champs, are home for the first time this season.
And while they were on the road the first 2 weeks, the Flyers outscored their opponents 94-6. Tonight, they're finally back at Booster Stadium, hosting St. Henry in the opening week of MAC conference play. Tim Goodwin and company defending 7 straight MAC titles, and the Redskins come into hostile territory off a huge 28-point upset over Archbold. They've got Marion staring down 4th and 20 on the opening drive. Justin Knopf will have to pass. He fires over the middle and puts it on the chest of Victor Holscher to convert the first. And after 16 plays on the opening drive, 4th and goal, Knopf punches it in to cap off an 8-minute drive, 7-zip Flyers. Redskins defense stands firm after that, though. Late second quarter, 7-3, they kick it away after the field goal, but Holscher just making every man miss on the return. Marion Local sets up shop near midfield, and 2 snaps later, Knopf gonna uncork the cannon. Guys, who do we think he's got on the go route? The answer is Victor Holscher, the first team All-Ohio duo taking flight tonight. Flyers stay perfect, 42-9. And we got a whole plate full of MAC openers tonight, but this one stands above the rest. The only battle of undefeateds sees Minster hit the road to Anna. A 2-2 series split since 2019 when the Rockets ended the Wildcat season in the regional quarterfinal. But it's the Cats who'd lead 21-7 to open the second half, and after forcing a 3-and-out, Brogan Steffi pulls it on the option. The senior quarterback breaks a pair of tackles, jukes another, he's off to the races. A 55-yard touchdown run, 27-7. Anna running the turbo, looking for an answer. Alex Shappy fires to Camden Palmisano at the sideline, who steps out after the first, but on 4th and inches, Wildcats load the box. The Rockets have nowhere to go. Minster reclaims possession, and right away, they deliver a gut punch. Steffi hands off to Connor Schmeezing, who hits a burst of speed down the far sideline, stepping out just before the pylon, but the senior will finish the job on 1st and goal as Minster stays perfect, 41-14.
Quick burst of speed there. Wow. Rounding out the MAC, Coldwater dominates Fort Recovery 55-8, while Versailles tops St. John's in a good one, 17-7. Finally, New Bremen shutout of the Parkway Panthers. Final score there, 30-0. Let's turn our attention now to the Western Buckeye League. Shawnee Stadium, the Indians look to stay undefeated, and it comes with the Bath Wildcats coming in. They're 1-0 in league play as well. Third quarter, Bath is leading 21-10, and that is where we're going to start. Shawnee quarterback J.J. Spiker, we've heard his name all season so far, finds an opening and finds the end zone. Bath still leads, though, 21-17, but we got a game at this point. Later, Bath's Zach Welsh running around. We'll eventually find him here. He's just this good, people, evading our excellent cameraman that we have here. But there he is. Bath is up 28-17 as he finds the end zone. More from Bath. Welsh scrambling left. Passes to Jackson Foster, who gets past 2 Shawnee defenders into the end zone. Another Bath touchdown, 35-17. Now 4th and 1 for Bath from the 6-yard line. Mikey Hale breaks free of his defenders and scores. Bath would win in a decisive 49-23 finish.
Hey, to Auglaize County. The OG Titans take out the Wapakoneta Redskins. The Skids have dominated the Titans as they eye their 11th straight win against OG. We start off in the first quarter. Caleb Moyer decides to punch it in from 1 yard out. Wapakoneta leads 7-0. We're still in the first, and once again, it's Moyer again breaking the play. The Redskins double their lead to 14. Later on in the half, Moyer hits Caden Page with a pass, and the junior works his way past the defense. The Redskins now lead 21-7. And they're not done yet. Moyer decides to hand it off to Grant Hauser, and the senior barrels his way home for the score. It's now 27-7. And the Redskins continue to dominate. This time, it's Jared Mullen who finds the end zone. Wapakoneta wins 42-14.
Tony a little under the weather, but fighting through tonight for us on Football Friday night. Elida, Kenton we go. Elida looking to get to win number 2 while the Wildcats are looking for their first win of the season. Start middle of the second quarter, Kenton up 15-0. The handoff to Grady Clayman Beasley. And he gets to the second level, and nobody's going to catch him. That touchdown puts the Wildcats up 22-0. Next possession, Bulldogs on offense facing a 4th and long. And this pretty much sums up Elida's night. QB Ryan McGue trying to make something happen runs around for about 20 seconds or so, looking for answers, but finding nothing as Kenton gets the stop. And then in the second half, Kenton looking to shut the door. QB Corbin Johnston keeps it up the gut, plows through some Bulldog defenders. Another score. Kenton gets their first win in dominant fashion, beating Elida 37-0. And rounding out the WBL, a sizable upset in Defiance tonight. Bulldogs top St. Mary's 14-10. Back at Grand Lake, meanwhile, Salina takes care of Van Wert 42-14. Your final there. Now coming up after the break, Lima Senior, the NWC, BVC, highlights and scores straight ahead on Football Friday night. Welcome back to Football Friday night, and we turn our attention now over to Spartan Stadium. LCC plays tomorrow, so it's all Lima Senior tonight as the Spartans played host to Marion Harding. Here we go, another one out of conference game here, 2-0 coming in. They're the only team in the Toledo City League with a win is Lima Senior. Janias Hall starting us off, takes a snap, throws to his short left. Isaiah Wilson catches, breaks a tackle, and accelerates down the sidelines. He's gone, and so is Marion Harding's lead. Just like that, Lima Senior goes up 14-10 in the second. Same score later. Hall drops back, fires to the deep right hash, and that's Keon Smith with a little basket catch. The Spartan offense explosive. Once again, it's 20-10. Lima Senior now with the ball, this time inside the 10. Hall to Smith, the sideline touchdown. Lima Senior pulls away 49-24 in this one.
Well, there's one other non-conference game, one other conference that's still waiting to start league play, and that's the NWC. But this non-conference matchup couldn't be bigger for Columbus Grove. They look for revenge against fellow state semifinalist Patrick Henry in our Football Friday Night Spotlight game.
Tonight's Football Friday Night Spotlight game is brought to you by Citizens National Bank.
Both these 2-0 teams finished last year at an impressive 12-3. But when I spoke with Bulldogs head coach Andy Schaefer back in August, he told his team they have to start faster, calling last year's 1-2 start guys terrible. Now, CG has the chance to complete a perfect non-conference slate. And after the defense forces an INT, Grove sets up shop inside the 10. Trenton Barraza takes the handoff, finds the crease, and accelerates into the end zone for the score. Bulldogs up fast, 7-zip. And don't hold your breath, Grove forcing another turnover. This time, Landon Best with the quarterback keeping score. Just like that, CG up 14-0. Talk about a fast start. Late stages, second quarter now. Patriots find themselves down 21. Lincoln Krager eludes the defender, finds his man Lane Jackson for 6, making it a 2-score game, but the Bulldogs' fast start gives them the last laugh tonight. They improved to 3-0, winning 27-13.
Elsewhere in the NWC, the 2-0 Bluffton Pirates playing host to the 0-2 Ayersville Pilots. The Pilots look to get to their first win of the season. In the first, Pirates threatening early. It's Tate Gieske, rolls out on the keeper, breaks a tackle on his way for the score. Bluffton strikes first 7-0. On the Pirates' next possession, Gieske finds Griffin Steakhouse across the middle. And see you later. The senior scores from 42 yards out. Pirates dominating early, up 2 scores at that point. And finally, with 2 to play in the opening quarter, off the read option, Gieske, you can't touch this. Leaving the defenders grabbing nothing but air as the sophomore gets his second touchdown of the game. Bluffton cruises 63-7.
Taking it out of County, Allen East and Indian Lake meet for the second year in a row. Last year's encounter saw the Lakers come out on top by a single point. In the third, Allen East trails 21-6. Jackson Thompson takes a snap, heads to his left, and he launches it downfield to Ethan Hirschberger for a 55-yard pass. The Mustangs are now in the red zone. Moments later, Thompson hands off to Miles McDormand, and the sophomore takes a pigskin straight into the end zone. The Mustangs decide to go for 2, and now it's Thompson taking the snap once more. The junior will find his way in for the score. Allen East now trails 21-14. Let's head to the fourth. The Mustangs are in the red zone once more, and once again, it's Thompson calling his own number. He works his way past the goal line, and we got ourselves a tie ball game. But in the end, Indian Lake will not be denied. Matt Liller hands it off to Drake Crosby, and that will be the difference maker. The Lakers win 28-21.
All right, let's finish up the NWC out of conference play. Jefferson falls to Paulding 27-2, while the Crestview Knights topple Wayne Trace 37-16. Spencerville at Riverside. Bearcats win a close one, 24-20 is the final there, and Fort Laramie wins against Covington 35-15.
Moving to the BBC, where we've got a marquee matchup already as early as Week 3. Liberty Benton meets Macomb in a rematch of last year's Week 10 conference title deciding contest. But this time around, it's over before we even get to the locker room, guys. Eagles up 31-0 to open the second half. Sheesh. It's Connor Barber going up for the INT to start the third. Panthers, though, not going to be shut out, still showing some fight. It's the big man, Braden Shoup, taking every snap of this 10-play drive with his legs. He fights his way into the end zone, but Liberty Benton owning the line of scrimmage in this one. They dominate Macomb on the road. 31-6.
It's a battle between two undefeated BBC squads. The Bulldogs host Arlington Red Devils in their Blanchard Valley Conference debut. Starting off on the first drive of the game for the Bulldogs, Kane Fisher takes the handoff, makes a bad miss, and it's a foot race from there for the senior. Fisher makes it all the way into the end zone with ease. That's a 71-yard run for him. Ada strikes first. They lead 7-0. Now, how will Arlington respond? Well, they would do it with a run of their own. Trey Hancock hands it off to Aiden Cavaney, and he takes it all the way in for 50 yards. PAT is no good, and Arlington now trails by 1. To the third, the Red Devils have the ball once more, and the QB is under a lot of pressure. The ball is knocked loose into the hands of Brody Erickson, and the senior heads on home. 62 yards later, Bulldogs now lead 14-6. Meanwhile, Arlington looks to respond. Hancock calls his own number, and he gets a TD. The Red Devils win a thriller over Ada, 44-43.
More Blanchard Valley Conference. Pandora Gilboa is a winner over Van Buren, 41-14, while the Lipstick Vikings dominate Elmwood, 35-7. Riverdale tops Arcadia, 21-7. Van Lew at home against New London. Wildcats fall 36-0. Miami Valley League, not a good night for the Sydney Yellow Jackets, a 48-7 loss. All right, it's time for our final break. Coming up, we'll get to the NWCC and the rest of our 60-plus local high schools. Welcome back to Football Friday night for the final time. Let's go to the Northwest Central Conference first. A big matchup between Upper Scioto Valley and Waynesfield Goshen. Now, the Tigers, the only undefeated in the NWCC. This matchup has meant a lot in the end in recent years. First quarter, we go. USV's Maddox Underwood fakes the handoff and finds Mason Thompson to draw first blood. The two-point conversion is no good. Rams are up 6-0. Waynesfield Goshen's Reed Waitman later down the field, waiting for the catch. There it is, pushes through the D for the WG touchdown. Their two-point conversion will be good, and they go up 8-6. Second quarter we go. Waynesfield Goshen, 4 yards from the end zone. Carson Barnes squeezes by for another Tigers touchdown. It's 14-6 at this point. Back comes USV. Underwood weaves in and out of traffic, makes a short pass to Ryan Roberts, and he runs it home there. They try for a 2 again. It's no good. This one was a wild one that went 3 overtimes. USV wins on the 2-point, 40-38. WG's first regular season loss since 2021. Big one. The Perry Commodores, they're at Bob Lee Stadium tonight. The North Central Eagles from up west of Toledo making the drive. Some big plays on defense for Perry, dictating this game early. It's about time we get some defense. Gage Borlock comes flying in to get the initial hit on the loss of yards there. Then they pick it up. The defense even more. North Central looking down the field. In comes Boss Horrison to scoop this one out of the air, and he has some running room down the far sidelines. 6-0 Perry. And the defense not done. Watch the concentration on this one. Play the week candidate. Out in the flats, it's tipped, and look at Kamari Glenn snatching it out of the air. What a catch there. The Perry defense putting on a show. A shutout as well. Commodores cruise 34-0.
The Perry Commodores with a big win. We head to Hardin County now. The Polar Bears and Hornets collide in Dola. Past 10 meetings have been 5-5. Last year, Hardin Northern, 200 yards in just the first quarter. They're starting hot on the opening drive. QB Alexander Wilson calls his own number, cuts it back across the Hornets defense, and stretches across the plane for the touchdown. Hardin Northern goes up 7-0. Next possession, Corey Rawson on offense, but it's fourth down for Carson Reese, who looks over the middle, fires it too high. Mason Stewart is there to secure the INT for the Bears. Later in the first, now, it was all about the HN ground attack. Nolan Hobson making defenders miss, and a nice stiff arm to finish it off. Polar Bears win big tonight at home, 29-0 over Corey Rawson. And to wrap up the NWCC, Ridgemont at Ridgedale. Golden Gophers avenging last year's loss with a defensive 14-8 win. And Elgin, maybe the biggest threat left to USV after tonight, guys. They blanked North Baltimore 34-0 tonight. And guys, how about a trip up to Hancock County as we check in on Findlay? The Trojans, of course, still navigating the loss of their 4-star senior quarterback. Coming off the loss to Lima Senior, they host Sylvania Southview. And what a way to get things started for Findlay. It's Sean Hines II taking it all the way to the house. We'll speed it up for you because he's going to go 70-plus yards as the Trojans grab the early 7-0 lead. Cougars, though, quick to respond, driving their way down the field. They go on to knot things up at 7 apiece. It'll take until the early second that Findlay has their answer. Trying out another new signal caller this week, Landon Eckelberry scores from a yard out to put the Trojans up 14-7. He leads Findlay to their first win of the year, 35-20.
Our final score of the night takes us to the Central Buckeye Conference. Westerville Central at Bell Fountain. Chieftains win 29-7. And that will do it for Week 3, the Week 3 edition of Football Friday Night. Tune in Sunday for our Play of the Week. In the meantime, you can find all of tonight's highlights and scores on our website and social media. For Tony Quach, Dylan Tyson, I'm Adam Solomon. We'll see you next week for more Football Friday Night.